After the onceler gave the boy the last truffula seed, the boy needed to find the perfect spot to plant the seed. It was the last bit of hope the boy had to restore the land and the beautiful truffula seeds. He walked day in and day out searching for a spot to plant the seed. The once fertile soil turned into a wasteland. Soil erosion had nearly destroyed the land. The reduction of the truffula trees caused water to run off the land and remove healthy soil. The only way to fix this problem, the boy realized, was to plant trees so the roots hold down the soil and allow water to sink into the ground rather than run off. After hours of walking around the smoggy land, the boy decided to plant the seed on a hill that had a tiny patch of grass. It was located right next to the small stream. He grabbed a bucket and took water from the stream to use for the seed. The once clear, fresh stream that contained happy fish was now a dirty, gross stream that contained slugs. Waste and trash was floating all around the surface. After watering the seed, the boy traveled back to the stream and picked up all the plastic bags, aluminum cans, and other trash floating in the water. To save the truffula trees, the boy needed to save the surrounding environment as well. Every day after school, the boy would go back to the hill by the stream and water the plant. He would talk to the seed and say, "Oh, seed, why won't you grow? You need to grow to save the environment." It nearly took 2.5 years for the boy to notice the seed had sprouted. He was ecstatic. All of his hard work had finally paid off. As the truffula seed started growing more and more, the boy began noticing small changes. The surrounding grass began to grow, and the air looked a little bit cleaner. The once thriving Threadville created factories that burned coal into the air, which released particulates and produced air pollution. Sometimes it got so bad that accumulation of acid particles would generate acid rain. However, since the first single truffula seed had sprouted, there was no acid rain in sight. Months later, the truffula seed was fully grown. The boy noticed seeds dropping down onto the grass. He collected the seeds and began to disperse them. As the boy began to finish planting the seed, he saw an orange animal in the distance. It was like no other animal he had seen before. The boy walked up to the orange creature, and the creature shouts, "I am the Lorax, and I speak for the trees. I see you have grown a truffula tree. I am so grateful." The boy responded, "I just planted about 100 more seeds, so more trees are on their way. I'm hoping to bring back the brown barbaloots, the hummingfish, and the swami swans." The Lorax said, "I will soon call all of them back and will help you. We will all live happily again under the truffula trees." The boy promised he would be back tomorrow to water the seeds again and took off to go home. The boy felt great joy to bring back an entire community that left after the onceler destroyed the land. He wanted to bring an ecosystem back in which the plants and animals were linked together through nutrient cycles and energy flows. In order to create an ecosystem, the boy needed to have essential abiotic compounds like energy, water, nitrogen, and soil. The energy that flows through ecosystems is obtained primarily from the sun. It usually enters the system through photosynthesis. So with more truffula trees being grown, more energy will accumulate in the ecosystem. The boy had it all figured out, and it started with a single truffula seed. With more and more seeds being planted, the boy wanted the trees to grow faster and more efficient. So when he went home, he read books about different agriculture methods. Many of the methods involved fossil fuels, but the boy didn't want to produce even more air pollution, so he decided not to get involved. In the end, he decided upon organic farming. He would practice crop rotation and plant other plants surrounding the truffula trees so they would grow more efficiently and it would prevent the spread of pests and diseases. The Lorax and the boy worked together to plant and water trees and save the ecosystem. Nearly 20 years after the boy received the last truffula seed, the ecosystem was almost back to normal. The truffula trees were everywhere, and all the plants were home, including brown barbaloots, the hummingfish, and the swami swans. All the different species created biodiversity in the ecosystem, in which allowed healthy habitats and niches for each of the species. The world was back to normal, and everyone was happy again, all thanks to the planting of the single truffula seed.